And I starting 6 on the dot. I'll just go like this till someone comes in. What up, peeps? Welcome to Tankin' Tuesdays. If you paid attention to the title, let me know if you can hear me. Trying out a new headset here. Does it sound okay? Hey, Shrimple. Is the AV good? Do these sound okay? I'm trying these out for the first time. AV's good? Awesome. I wanted to go with something that I could be hands-free, so if I'm doing like a tank maintenance stream or something like that, I'm hands-free. I can go around and still be able to talk to you guys. I'll just have to come back and babysit the chat every once in a while. Hey, Rosie, good to see you. Appreciate the feedback. Let me know if it sounds good, clear and all that. Gabriel's under the weather, but listening. What's the matter, Gabriel? What happened? Did you get the cold or something? I was never one to have for these headsets. They kind of get on my nerves, but this one's pretty light and comfortable. It is the Logitech G435s. These got memory foam in them, and they're really light. So we'll see. Yeah. So I don't know anybody in chat knows anything about tiger barbs or has experience with them, but it is one of my favorite fish, and it is the topic of tonight's live stream. I want to talk a little bit about tiger barbs, and they got kind of a bad rap in the fish keeping hobby. I guess they're kind of like the pit bulls of the dog world, if you will, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Hey, George, good to see you. ABBD, appreciate you coming in. It's definitely a learning curve getting used to these. I can hear myself talking. I can hear the low tones. I like having just an external mic, and I had went and bought one, and when I was testing it out with my wife, it sounded okay, but it was having issues, and she could hear background noises. So I took it back, tried a different one, same thing, and I just decided to try these out. Shrimp says, I saw them on your stream, and I wanted some green ones. Yeah, yep, they're over here in my 55-gallon tank. I have some green ones and some red ones, but mostly I have the regular tiger barbs. Okay, your arthritis is flared up. Sorry to hear that, man. I know anytime I get inflammation or body aches or headaches, ibuprofen works really well for me. Now, ibuprofen is not a pill that you want to be taking all the time. It's definitely hard on the organs if you're taking them too much. My doctor tells me you're better off taking like the I can't remember the name of that other pain pill, but it's like you have to take 1,000 milligrams of them to equal like 200 milligram ibuprofens. But nothing works better for me than ibuprofen. Well, we're going to wait for some more people to come in here, and I will do my member shout out video. And then while we're waiting, let me know if anybody in the chat has any experience with tiger barbs and keeping tiger barbs. Now I have another question for you guys. Are you able to see? I'm going to play a quick intro video for you. Let me know if you're able to see it.
Like this and like that and like this and like this. Like this.
Did you see that? Let me know if you're able to see that quick video. You're on prescription. Nice. Okay. All right. I got you. I hope they help you. So it's not all the time that I am able to catch these Tankin' Tuesday live streams due to work, but today was not one of those days, so I was able to come on. And, we won't just stick to the tiger barb topic. We can talk about anything you guys want to talk about, of course, as always. I will say the sound quality on these are much better. All the music and everything sounds really good. Hey, P-Tag, good to see you. Hey, P-Tag, do me a favor. Let me know if you're able to see this video.
Like this and like that and like this and like this. Like this. Like this.
Did you see that? You did see that video. I wonder why when I put that one stream, I was having trouble showing that video. I brought it up and put it the same thing I did with that video, and they weren't able to see it. Everybody saw that? That's awesome. Hey, Tanks and Fish, good to see you, buddy. He and him were chatting in Discord earlier today. Excuse me. God. As I was saying, I'm stuck back on them dang lisinopril blood pressure pills, and they make me cough bad, but I have to have them at the moment. So I apologize for any coughing. I might have to just go grab a cough drop now to help with that. So P-Tag came in, price tag. Have you ever kept tiger barbs? Do you have any experience with them? I'm going to grab a cough drop. Be right back. They're right over here. Don't go anywhere now. I can still talk to you because I got the headset, see? Hopefully you don't hear me sucking on this thing too much. Oh, man. So, tiger barbs, one of my favorite fish. They're like the pit bull of the dogs, because they get that bad rap because they can be a very nippy fish. Some people equate them to the 14-year-old bullies of the fish keeping world. They're just nuts. They go crazy. P-Tag says, I had some when I very first started the hobby back up, but was inexperienced, so I ended up giving them away. Well, if anybody read the description of this live stream or the title, more so in the description, there's several different ways you can keep these fish. Now, as with anything, I've seen online where people were keeping them in a community tank just fine, and they're getting along with all the other fish, not bothering them. Or other people just can't have them at all. They're just tearing everybody up. In the years that I've been keeping them, and the experience that I have with tiger barbs, they are best kept in a species only tank, and that's what I do here at my 55-gallon aquarium. It's a species only tiger barb tank, and they still fight. If you look back through shorts on my channel, you're going to see some crazy battles between them. It's their nature. It's what they're going to do, just like a cichlid. But as with any fish, you might get that mild-mannered one. Doesn't bother anybody. But when I'm asked about tiger barbs on my channel, I always tell them, try it. All you can do with any fish is try it and see if it works out. Because like people, fish have their own personalities. Every one of them's going to be different. It's like a box of chocolates. You never really know what you're going to get until you try it. It might work out. It might not. I just don't take the chance with them. I don't want them nipping. I don't want them stressing all my other fish out, causing disease and secondary infections. So I find keeping tiger barbs in a species only tank, giving them enough room and having enough of them. I've probably got 15 or so in there, and they got plenty of room. As with any aggression issues or anything like that, create those line breaks, places to swim around and having to not have that straight shot and be able to see the other fish and go after them, break it up. And I don't have any issues with them. They just still chase each other and do their tiger barb thing, but it's not to the point where they're killing each other. Hey, Mark, good to see you, buddy. Excuse me. He says, yeah, that's my golden. Oh, sorry. P-Tech says, yeah, that's why my golden boonies are in a species-only tank. Yeah, and honestly, I got this 75 full of these Mbunas, and I don't have any aggression. Now, they will chase each other from time to time, but they don't try to kill each other. You know what I mean? I don't really have any problems in that tank. I have done all the tricks. Maybe that's why if we're overstocking, plenty of places to hide. Got lots of holy rock in there. I threw some water sprite in as another distraction and a place for them to hide. Several of them love to just hang out inside the water sprite, eat on it. Is that because of that, or did I just get lucky? Because I know other people have problems with aggression. I just don't have aggression issues. The fish that I have aggression with the most is my dang angelfish. Even these 6 baby ones that I'm raising that you guys know about, I just did a water change in that tank. They're going after my hand. They're going after the hose. They got freaking attitude, man. Hey, Wally. Good to see you, buddy. Laura's in. Hey, you back if you just got home. Okay, appreciate you. Got some people funneling now. We'll throw out the member shout out video, of course. I like to shout out my members. And for anybody that's in here and is interested, join the Discord. And anyone that's already in my Discord, help me get that Discord out there, and so we can get some more members in there. Right now, we're currently at 48. It's climbing. It's great, but I'd like to see a little bit more activity. Well, this Oscar of mine last night, he flipped out. Worst I've ever seen him flip out. It was dark. My dog decided he wanted to go outside at 1:30 in the morning, so I got up, let him out, and I figured while I was waiting, I'd check on that power head I'm reviewing from Higer to see if it's doing what it's supposed to do at nighttime, because it has a photo eye on the controller. At nighttime, it's supposed to go down to its lowest setting so the fish can relax and go to sleep at night. While I'm checking, it's dark in the room. Milo, my big orange black Oscar, just flipped out. He must have did 20 laps around the tank. I thought he was either coming out or going to die, one of the two. But he seems to be okay. Doesn't have any cuts or bruises or anything. They're doing good, Gabriel. They're not doing too bad. Like I said, they got their attitude, but they're still kind of see through. They're not out of that stage yet. I'm trying to grow them out. They love their favorite. They have 2 favorite foods: Extreme Aquatics Nano and North Fin Nano. I mixed them together. Love it. They go after that crazy over anything else I've tried to give them. They love that food. I feed them 2-3 times a day. They're getting bigger, but they are still translucent. You can see through their bodies, but they're getting bigger. They're starting to get some color to them, and they're definitely getting that sassy attitude. Appreciate the stop sign. Shane's going to go get some coffee. Okay. But yeah, that Oscar, he was insane last night. I thought it was, I'm telling you, boom, boom, boom. Like, you can feel the vibration go down through the water, down through the tank into the floor a little bit. That's how hard he was hitting, to give you an idea. And he's always done that. Like, he just flips out and gets scared. We'll see how this coughing goes. If it gets worse, we'll go ahead and end the live. I'm going to try to at least go an hour. But if the coughing gets bad, we'll just go ahead and end it early. But hopefully it's not that bad. So my stupid doctor says, I said, hey, the blood pressure medicines you got me on aren't working. Okay, she goes, well, the doctor wants you to make an appointment on the 23rd. Until then, if you think you're having a heart attack symptoms, go to the ER. So what kind of doctor does that? Why wouldn't you try to prescribe me a different medicine that might work instead of making me wait so you can get a copay? I hate the way the world is today. Go ahead and maybe have a heart attack, but until you give me your copay, we're not going to help you. It's basically what she told me. You're going to find me a new doctor. Go have a heart attack or a stroke. If you have those symptoms, go to the ER. Till we can see you on the 23rd, you give me a copay. Lisinopril is the only blood pressure medicine that works for me really well, but the problem is the side effect of this cough. It's relentless. It's terrible. So I'm forced to take them until I can get in there. If I don't take these ones, my blood pressure, I get with stage 2 hypertension. The worst my blood pressure has ever been has been 180 over 120, which is very high. On this new medicine, it's only keeping me at like 150 over 99, which is still considered stage 2 hypertension. So I was forced to get back on these lisinoprils. Anyways, enough about blood pressure. We're talking about fish. Update on the angel fish that I pulled out and put in a vacation tank to heal because he was getting bullied. He's doing fantastic. As every day goes by, the tannins coming out of that Mapani driftwood is just soaking and getting darker and darker in that tank, even during water changes. But those tannins are really helping him come alive. When them tannins started soaking in there, he got a lot more active. So I have actually seen for myself, you read, they say tannins are beneficial. Tannins help heal. They have natural antibiotic properties in it. They help relax. They help them be stress-free. And I'm seeing now for my own eyes that it is true. And because before I was doing salt and stress guard, I would do water changes. As soon as that tannins kicked in from that Mapani driftwood, he started getting the zoomies. Heart attacks might be survivable, but I don't want to find out, Mark, because not all of them are. The video, another update on my channel is the video that I did on that Higer Powerhead. Is doing very well. Last I checked, it was almost up to 2,000 views, which is great for the channel and great for us because the more views it gets, Higer might be more apt to send me some more stuff, which they should anyway because they're sponsoring me now. But obviously, the better my stuff performs for them, the better their more and better things they're going to send me. So I'm looking forward to see the end result of that video where the algorithm said, okay, that's enough. And I will get with Higer and let them know how it performed and see where they want to go from there. The Powerhead is still doing good for me. It does everything it says it's supposed to do. And just like last night when I told you about that Oscar freaking out, if my Aqueon Powerhead was still on there, he would have hit that thing, possibly knocked it off. With this one, because it's so low profile, he never even touched it. So that is another thing I was wanting to experiment with this tank with it, and so far, so good. Now it's just a longevity thing. The reliability of it, how long is it going to last? We're going to find out. We're putting it to the test in this tank. Just, weight issues, obesity plays major roles in your health. I would know. No, I am fully aware of that, Gabriel, but I do not have weight issues, sir. I've always weighed about 180 pounds. I fluctuate maybe I'm 42. I've fluctuated from, say, 190, 180. I got mad and started exercising on the treadmill every day. I lost about 15 pounds, which I need to do again because I'm overweight, but I don't have weight issues. I don't have obesity or anything like that. I'm 42, weigh about 186 pounds. Most of it though is muscle. Yeah. So you understand. But I'm a 100 mile per hour guy. I need to learn to relax. That's what it is. I talk fast. I eat in 5 minutes. I shower in 6. You get the idea. Everything I do, I like to get it done fast. I'm super impatient. I like things to happen now. I know what I want, and I want it, and I want it now. That if I can learn to relax, I think that would make a major role and helping the blood pressure come down too. But also hand in hand with the line of work that I do, you have to be on your toes. You have to be quick. With the account that I have at my job, it's sink or swim. And if you aren't on your toes and getting shit done, you're gonna drown. You're right, 100% right, Mark. I'd like to see more of you on our Beefcake channel. Beefcake channel, what the heck's that? I know I hear you guys saying that in Dan's live stream, but Like to see more of you on our Beefcake channel. You have a YouTube channel called Beefcake Channel? Excuse me while I crunch that pause. That's probably not at all annoying. What else? Update on the 29 gallon. If you've been following me, I have a Clear 110 running that hanging the back. Hanging the backs are cool, but they're too much maintenance that I like. They clog too much. You got to clean them too much. So I busted out my old 306 out of retirement, a Fluval 306 canister filter. I had to buy some new hoses for it. Put that on there. I think it might have been a week. I like to wait 2 weeks to let the good bacteria seed in that. As soon as that 2 weeks is up, I'll be taking that hanging the back off. And that 306 will be running that aquarium on its own. Now, why would put a 306 on a 29 gallon, right? It's overkill. It is, but it's not that much overkill. A 306 is good for up to 70 gallons. By the time you fill that canister filter with all your media and the hoses and everything involved, that GPH and how much you can actually filter drops down quite a bit. But it's still, the reason why it's working for that small tank is because I have it hooked up to a spray bar, and the spray bar mitigates that flow. So even with the small fish in there, it's not a problem, and it's by far keeping that tank cleaner than the Aqua Clear 110 ever did. Oh, I'm not on Dance Discord. You have to be a paying member to do that. Mine's free. Is the Beefcake channel on OnlyFans? Janice says, hey, Janice, good to see you. It's been a while. I appreciate you coming in and saying hello. So, yeah, we talked about the baby angelfish. We talked about the angelfish healing. We've talked about the canister filter. And we've talked about the hydro power head. We got 10 people in here. I would like to throw out my channel member shout out video real quick. So here it is. Thanks to all my channel members. Appreciate all that above and beyond support. It really helps more than you know. So I like that little video I put together. It sounds fantastic on these. Majesty. Who's Majesty? What do you mean remove just? Let me see. So my tank maintenance is coming up. I generally do it every 3 weeks to every once a month. I did it on the 13th last month. So this weekend I'll be doing tank maintenance. I might turn that into a tank maintenance stream. I find looking through my analytics that tank maintenance streams tend to do pretty good on performance. A lot of people seem to like watching that. And now that I got these, it's going to be a lot easier to do. So I'm thinking this Saturday on the Hour of Power live stream, it's going to be a tank maintenance stream. What do you guys think about that idea? Is that cool or no? Turn it into a tank maintenance stream. Now that I got this, I can be free to work easier and faster and turn it into a stream and still be able to do like Dan does, just do some work, come back, and you guys can do the stop sign thing for me, and I can check out that chat, keep up on chat. Oh, Your Majesty on Dance Channel. Okay. I thought so. That's what I figured because I've heard him say that before. So let me know your thoughts and your ideas on being on the Hour of Power live stream. We do a tank maintenance stream. We're going to do 12 tanks. We're going to get them all done because apart from a few tanks, I do have to scrub some algae off the glass and maybe suck up some of the crap, the uneaten food and poop at the bottom. That's only a couple tanks. The rest of them, it's just drain and fill. Janice likes tank maintenance videos. Okay. And we are streaming to Facebook and YouTube and Twitch all at the same time. Every once in a while, I remove Twitch and put Twitter on there. I just like to change it up. P-Tag says, I've always liked tank maintenance streams. Do you still want a live stream with you two? Do you still want my live stream with you to follow? What you mean, P-Tag? Do you still want my live stream with you to follow? I'm kind of confused what you're asking there. Word that a little bit different for me. Because I know that we discussed about doing a collaboration, but the way you worded that, I'm confused. Jim's Fish, good to see you. You snuck in here like a ninja. You sneaky ninja. You. Sneaky. I also have another cool update to talk about that's coming up. It's for sure now. I have confirmed that it is happening. We're going to talk about that. Don't go anywhere if you want to hear some crazy, awesome freaking news. And you guys are going to come along with me during the whole thing. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? As soon as we hit the 30-minute mark, I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. I'm hoping P-Tag comes in and explains what he meant. P-Tag. P-Tag. Explain what you meant. So what's it? Everybody, I need some feedback, more feedback on these. Historically, I've done a mic. I've switched to these headsets. These headsets have the ability to either go Bluetooth or light speed. I'm on the light speed mode where you plug the dongle into the computer and it feeds off that. Is it crisp? Is it clear? Am I coming in and out? Does it sound good? I need feedback on these. Hey Tommy, good to see you, buddy. That's smart fish. I was thinking of doing our collab around 11 a.m. Saturday, following your 9 a.m. I said, okay, let me think. 2 hours, I can make that work. Even if I don't get them finished, I can finish them Sunday. So wherever I leave off, I'll just do the rest Sunday. We can do that. Yeah. What are we going to do? Go about an hour, P-Tag? I saw this and thought it was a tank stream at first. Glad to see you. Oh, no, I haven't done those for a couple of weeks, Tommy. Hey, Myers. Hello, Ray. How are you doing? Well, I'm doing good. How are you? Can't remember first names. Answer me, people. Do these sound okay? Answer me. Answer me. I need some feedback from the chat. I need feedback from all you legends. Is it crisp? Is it clear? Do they sound good? Trying these out. Because if they suck, they're going back to the store. And then as soon as I get feedback, we're going to talk about my big news. It's Uncle Mark. Laura says they sound great. They sound good, loud and clear. Love it. Thank you, guys. So we'll keep them. Doing good. Have my very first babies of my red, yellow, orange, and blue shrimp. Cool, Myers. Very cool. Here says crystal clear. Here comes one of my awesome supportive channel members, Whizzle. Cheers to you, buddy. You missed your shout out video. Okay, sounds good enough. Not like ASMR, Chris, but good. I can always count on Tommy to give me that real deep feedback. Yeah, these are the Logitech G435s. They were about $49. They got Bose ones in there, man. They're like $450. But my God, you can hear the balls on a tick jingling around. I don't know if I can say that on the live stream. By the way, the mic headset sounds good and clear. Okay, thank you, P-Tag. No, thank you, Bunch. Okay, so big news. We're going to talk about the big news now. You ready for this? You ready for this? Big news for me, but it's going to be for you too because it's going to be cool. We're getting a home makeover. Things are going to look completely different over here on the channel. Over here at Saline Aquatics, you're not going to see this too much longer. Janice liked that one. I did not yet. You're not going to see this too much longer anymore. Why? Why? Because I'm building a whole new fish room. I'm taking over my garage. I will now be kind of like Ben Ochart, where I have a garage fish room. I've discussed this before, but it's actually happening. It is going to be a for sure thing now, 100%. I'm having a big 20-foot by 12-foot shed being built. Everything in the garage is going to be stored in that shed. Once the garage is cleared out, I'm going to heat it and cool it. I've already got everything in line to get that going. Once the garage is heated and cooled and cleared and cleaned and swept out, all these fish tanks are going in there, which leaves me open for a couple things that I want to do extra. One, that's get my one monster fish tank that I want. I'm looking every day for that bad boy, and maybe an awesome pond. I even thought about doing a king of DIY and building a concrete 2,000-gallon aquarium in there, something of the like. Once that's all done, I can commence with the other things we're doing at the house, but that don't matter because it's not cool stuff like a fish room. But yep, I'm gonna have a nice fish room all to my own. It's gonna be a fish room / man cave where I can add more tanks and do some more things that I've been wanting to do. Gets them out of the house, gives me more room. The wife gets her dining room back. No water on the floor of the house. If there's ever a leak, it's out in the garage on a concrete floor. Not a big deal. There's all pros, no cons. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get it started. But it is happening. And I can decorate it. And I'm going to have a whole different stream area set up. It's going to be exciting because, as you guys know, right now I'm in my dining room. I'm literally on my dining room table every time I do a stream or I'm working here, which works out good because it's a glass table. But the problem with it is every time I'm done doing a stream or every time I'm done doing maintenance on a tank, I have to pack everything up, clean it up, put it away because this is where we eat. Out there, different story. I can actually set up a nice desk, have my computer out there. Everything can, like, I can pull these off, put them on a hanger, let it sit there. It can stay there. I don't have to worry about getting up every morning for my live stream or coming home for this one and setting up. It'll be ready to go. It's going to be more, everything's going to be more efficient. It's just, it's all pros. I'm just getting excited about it. So, heck yeah. Thank you, Janice. Appreciate it. Thank you, Laura. The wife is kicking you out. Kind of, no, yes and no. We have to do this to make room for my father-in-law because he's going to be still living with us for 6 months out of the year. I'm going to literally make this dining room a big room for him. And so I have to get these tanks out of here so we can provide that for him. So if that wasn't happening, I wouldn't be doing it. So I'm glad he's moving in. That's just truthfully not a fan of tank maintenance streams. Chat is usually ignored. I like the interaction between the host and the chat. I like Jason's chat as he has AI reading. 100% agree with you, Allison. However, if you've ever caught Dan at Everyday Fish Keepers Live, that's all he does is tank maintenance streams, and he never misses a comment because what he does is he does a little bit, and he comes back and grabs his little iPad mini, and he gets caught up on chat. Then he goes, works a little bit more, gets caught up on chat. And that's why we have legends like Laura and Gabriel and everybody else in here that does it, that throw me up a stop sign. So when I know I'm done doing maintenance and I'm going to come back up and get in chat, the stop sign shows me where I left off so nothing gets missed. So we already got that covered. You don't have to worry about that part. And yes, as far as what Jason does, I want to know how to do that. I want to be able to do that hashtag speak thing, but I don't know how to do it. Is it an extension? Some kind of tool that I have to download onto StreamYard? Because I want to do that. Well, you're lucky my wife wants me to downsize. My wife would like me to downsize too, Jim, but it ain't happening. This is the only hobby that I have. I do nothing else. I go to work. I come home. We pay bills. We get the grass cut. We take care of the house. I'm going to have my hobby. Oh, get to make some awesome built-in plumbing. I have ideas of that too, Laura. I've got different ideas for sure. I do want to get, the only thing is I will have to run some hot and cold lines out there for a utility sink, or I'm going to have to just get like another 50 foot or 25 foot of Python hose to go from the faucet in here, because if I don't get hot and cold lines out there, I'll have to still use the same, which it'd be nice too, because then I could have a utility sink to clean out filters and stuff right there instead of having to go out to the sink out, the garden hose outside. But do I want to spend the extra cost to do that? When all I use the Python now is to fill the tanks, I pump that out with a pump. Like something I got to think about. Oh man, it is exciting for me, man. I mean, I'm a fish tank weirdo. I love it. I'm excited about it. My own fish room / man cave. Never had a man cave or anything like that. So super excited. I got plans for lighting, decorating. It's going to be cool. Oh, yeah, it's going to be real cool. And there's a lot more lighting in that garage and that coming through that one window. So I could have some big plants in there too. That's a good idea, P-Tag. My wife would never do that, though. Are you planning on getting some kind of water change system? No, Myers. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because right now I'm running, 13 tanks? I thought about it. Believe me, when you start getting into projects like this, you want to do everything cool. And definitely that has crossed my mind, getting some PVC going, hooking it up to, say, like a system that can just drain all the tanks at once. And then I can just maybe go around at the prime, fill them back up at once. That would be ideal, but I don't think it's completely necessary. If I had 25, 35, 45, 55 tanks, yes. But to have 13, and if I get some more down the road, 15 tops, it ain't no thing to just throw the pump in, drain it out, and fill it up. Wow, it's almost filled to the top. You're draining the other one, and then you just move the water over. It's no thing. I got it down to a science. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too. Make sure you keep a snack drawer stocked for them as a thank you. What was she talking about? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too. Make sure you keep a snack drawer stocked for him as a thank you. What you talking about? What you mean? Janice says, that's where the stop signs work. Exactly, Janice. Tommy doesn't like it. The speak thing, you don't like it. And I can see it gets on your nerves. I think Jason gets on his nerves after a while too, because it's constantly coming through, but it is a handy little tool. Bruce says it's like a OBS Streamlabs. Oh, so maybe I can't do it. It is impersonal, but it's cool because it allows him to keep going, and anything that he needs to hear, it's spoken to him. But so I get the idea behind it, and it works, but it does. I can tell it'd be annoying after a while. I like to sit here and chat with you guys one on one and look through the chat and boom, boom. I like what I'm doing here the best. So if you guys don't want a tank maintenance stream, we won't do it. But they do perform well. One sign that my channel is doing better and it's coming up, my last video, like I said, on that Higer Powerhead I did, if not now, it's almost at 2,000 views. And my last live stream I did has done the best I have ever done on a live stream at last I looked, 900 and some views. So super happy to see that. Jim's fish, she doesn't like that I spend a lot of time down in the basement. Yeah, I get it. My wife's the same way. You know, she doesn't want you to spend, she wants you to have the hobby, right? But if you're spending all your time on there, that's when they start getting, you know, pissy. When are you going to come see me? You spend more time talking to your fish fam than you do me. And that does become a problem. It's family first. You definitely need to learn to balance that. I'm still working on balancing it because I'm trying to get the channel going. I'm trying to make some revenue off it. I'm trying to reply to all the comments, make the videos, do the editing all at once while at the same time doing a full-time job and having a family. It's a balanced thing. And if you can't balance it, something's got to go. So, and of course, that ain't going to be the family end of things. So the best thing I can do is for advice on that. You do what I have done. Do you really need to do water changes every 2 weeks? Can you get away with monthly maintenance? How high is that nitrates getting? I do it once a month. My nitrates are fine. I think the highest they reach is 80 ppm. That doesn't harm the fish. The only thing I like about doing more frequent water changes is they're getting that fresh minerals from the water change, which is beneficial to them for sure. But I do monthly water changes now and tank maintenance, and I've been doing it that way for a long time, and none of my fish seem stressed. They don't seem unhappy. They're not pacing around up and down the glass. I don't have rampant diseases, so it works. It's fine. So you need to ask yourself questions like that. Do I really need to do weekly and bi-weekly water changes? Will they be fine? The only way to find that out is try it, and that's what I've done, and they've been fine. They're colorful, they eat, they're growing, they're active, they're healthy. I save money on water. I save time. I save product. I only feed every 2 days. I don't feed daily. So it's things like this you need to try to see how to trim that fat. How can I trim the fat and balance my life? Because if you want to keep your fish, maybe like me and a lot of us on here, you're also a content creator with it. That adds more time into it. So you've really got to trim the fat where you can trim it to keep everything going. Hey, Jeff, appreciate you. Be safe. Get a fridge. Could get a fridge, put a fridge in there. There's no better way to say I don't have time for my audience than the speak thing you're talking about. That's true, Tommy. You can definitely put that perception on for sure. 100% agree. In my opinion, I got you, and that's why I love chatting to you guys about this stuff, because on my channel, I want to try to please everybody as much as possible. At the end of the day, we're all old enough to understand you cannot please everybody, but you can alternate. You can do different things in different ways to give everybody a little bit of what they like. So maybe I'll do a tank maintenance stream every other month. But other than that, it's going to be mostly this, like what I always do. But I need that feedback. I need that feedback. I like Jason's sister, but I stopped watching when he started the speak bit. Okay, I got you. Laura says snack drawer for father-in-law. Oh, I got you, Laura. That's funny. Yeah, just throw a mini fridge in there and a snack drawer. Tommy says it's my fault, not his. I'm an old soul and it freaks me out. That's all right, Tommy. To each their own. You know, if everybody was the same way, it'd be a pretty boring world. You know. Feels like talking to AI. Well, you might as well get used to that, because pretty soon you're going to be talking to an AI. When you're 80 years old, what do you think is going to be taking care of you, Tommy? Allison says, His entire stream is tank maintenance. Fishimon was there for a while but left. The AI fills in. The voice he uses is actually pretty funny. Yep, exactly. That is the timeline, Allison. That's exactly what happened. Uh, have you guys seen what Fishymon's doing now on the shorts? He's doing that like reaction thing where he's looking out of his window. Man, are those funny. I enjoy those. For instance, I loved it and watched religiously when Fishymon was there. I just can't stand the AI takeover. That's what it seems like to me, like any another way to separate yourself from people. And it's going that way. Nah, you're not a weirdo, Tommy. The world's going that way. It really is. I mean, we might not see it 100% in our lifetime, but AI is going to take over everything. Meyer says, good point you've got about your water changing system. I would personally keep it simple too. I also keep a lower amount of tanks. I can keep an abundance of everything and don't get burned out. Exactly, Myers. And that's exactly what I meant. So I'm glad you followed back up with me on that. I love the fish. And like any of us, I'd love to have more aquariums. But I find 13 is enough. When I get out there, I'm going to get my one monster tank that I want, maybe do one or two other ones, but that's going to be it. Other than that, you're going to have a lot of time doing these tanks the way I do them, with still just pumping the water out and using the Python to fill. My tanks are well established. They're mature, so they can get away with doing monthly water changes. My canister filters get away with only having to clean them every 7 months. So I trim the fat where I can trim it, and trim the cost too. I don't think 13 to 15 tanks requires a water change system. I can do that myself. For me, that takes the fun out of it. I like doing it. Hey, Joy of Fish Keeping, good to see you. Tommy says correct. Not everything's for everybody, but definitely want to give you another side of the equation for sure. That's how you balance it. Exactly, Tommy, and I love hearing. I need that feedback. Laura says, there will be a robot wiping my arse. Exactly. She don't know how to use the seashells. Laura doesn't know how to use the seashells. Oh, man, then Tommy hit it. I didn't even read that. Him and I are right here. I know the movie. Man, Tommy, you and I think alike, man. I didn't even read that comment, and I'd said it. Jim says, is your monster tank going to be a fish, or are you going to come by some old... Oh, sorry. Is your monster tank going to be new fish, or... Oh, no, they're going to be new. I have plans for it. I want to get at least 450 to 500 gallon. Bigger the better. I'm waiting patiently to find them. I am finding them in the marketplace, but I don't feel like driving 325, 6 hours to get one either. But I want to get an arowana. An arowana is a fish I've always wanted. And a couple other fish I have in mind. There's going to be some more Oscars involved, but I also want some other fish, different types of fish that I have in mind. Yep, Demolition Man. Combine. No, nope. I'm going to keep what I have and add those, because out there I have the room. I even thought about doing one of them 300-gallon stock tank pond things too. Hey, Pepin, good evening to you. How are you? Great minds, you got it. Janice, Mark, everyone's saying hello. It's good to see everybody. So we're caught up on chat. So that's the big news coming down the line. Look forward to that. You're going to come along with me for the whole thing. It's going to be recorded. We're going to put it in a video. We're going to set it up. Now, will I have everything done as far as decorating it the way I want? I don't know. I also thought about, once they're out there, hanging lights from the ceiling for all the tanks, and so I don't have to have anything sitting on my aquariums. Because let's be honest, it's nice when there's nothing sitting on top of your aquariums and you can just open the lids and be free with it. Don't have to move anything. But I hate to not use these nice aquarium lights that I have either, that are programmed in time. But I could do some like pendant lighting or some shop lights, put them on a timer, so all the lights are going to come on and off at the same time. But I like my lights to gradually come on and gradually go off. So I got to see, and maybe you guys know, maybe there's a timer out there like that has maybe like a built-in switch that'll slowly allow all the lights to come on. and off. Is there something like that out there? So we talked about the big fish room change. We talked about the baby angelfish, the one that's healing. We talked about the Fluid 306 canister filter changeover. Excuse me. Talked about the hydro power head and reviewing. Was there something? I feel like there's something else I'm missing. The father fish tank down here is doing pretty good. It has finally cycled, and I put a bunch of shrimp in there to start with. No fish loss. Everything is good. I have not had any fish die in a long while. They seem to be good. Oh, I set this up. I put my big North Fin banner up. I got color changing light on it. The thing's huge. Oh, I set this up too. Don't tell Aquarium Co-op that I rigged their bag I got from them to suit my own benefits. You want to see it? Piece of black tape over the Aquarium Co-op and did my own thing. Oh yeah, check out my Teespring store if you're interested. I added some new cool stuff on there. Well, J Rock, Tommy says a dimmer timer. Yeah, I know those exist, but I didn't know if they were going to do exactly what I wanted to do or not. Let me look. Thank you, Tommy. Big C says I got a night crew timer that ramps up and down. I'm not sure how many lights it could run. I haven't played with that, and that's what I'm talking about. I want it to. It's going to run. I'll need it to run at least up to 15 aquariums. Whatever it takes. I like these aquarium lights. They're awesome. But I'd love to get down to one switch running all the lights, hang them from the ceiling, done. And it keeps them off the top of the tanks. The closest thing to a dimmer timer would be a Philips Hue. Okay, I'll check that out. Well, you can send me the link, Tommy, if you don't mind, through Messenger or Discord, whichever you prefer. Excuse me. If I could be a fish, well, I'm going to start that off, Myers, by saying if I could be anything, it would be an eagle. I would love to be able to fly. I would much rather be a bird than a fish. But if I could be a fish, what would you be and why? I would have to go with excuse me a minute, I got more coughing coming. Sorry. I will have to probably go with a shark, an orca, or a dolphin. I probably more like to go with a shark or like a killer whale or an orca or something like that because I want to be on top of the food chain. I want to enjoy the ocean and I want no one messing with me. Plus they're big, they're powerful, and you get to cruise the ocean. Thank you, Tommy. You know it. Yeah. Don't tell co-op. The link is too large to fit in the chat, but it's Phillips. Send it to me on Messenger. Appreciate you looking into that. Xerox says I'm chilling, cleaning the CO2 canisters so I can refill them all. Okay, cool. Very cool. I don't have any experience with CO2 canisters. I don't do CO2. Also says Greenland shark lives for, oh my God, 400 years? I didn't know there was a shark that lived that long. I know alligators, turtles live a long time, but they don't go no 400 years. I didn't know there was a shark that could live that long. That's amazing. Laura says just keep plugging in more power strips. That's safe, right? I'll do some checking too and try not to get carried away with the money. Okay, Laura, thanks. Yeah, that's what I ran into here. Power strip, power strip, power strip, power strip. Well, but that's the nice thing. When I'm an I have an associate's in electrical. I can do electrical wiring myself. And what I'm going to do is once the garage is heated and cooled because it's been 95 to 100 and some degrees here, I'm going to wire up outlets where I want them myself all around because that garage only has 2 outlets in it. That's not going to do. So I'm going to have a circuit. I'll probably put her on a 20 amp circuit. I'm going to put as many outlets as I want where I need them. And I can also use that circuit to tie in the light, to power the lights. Okay, very cool. See, I didn't even want to get that crazy, Tommy. I just want them hooked to a light switch. Like what I could do is I could have all the lights. Maybe I can even put the lights on their own circuit. Maybe there's a I can do all my outlets on its own circuit and do my lighting on its own circuit. And on that circuit, I could have that switch run everything. There might be an easier way now. Lighting, yeah, lighting and really lighting doesn't. Usually, you can put your lighting on a 15 amp circuit. Price tag would be a dolphin because they look so much fun. They do look like they have a lot of fun. It's a good choice. You definitely have terror. You'd be a terror in the seas. Or it doesn't say, but it's a direct wall plug. Okay. J Rock says I DIY F zone kits. I can't get typical refills where I live. I run 3 kits. I've done a video that's very, I think you meant to say thorough if you ever are interested. Okay, I'll check that out, J Rock. I've never done CO2. I just let old El Natural go. Okay, thanks, Tony. Yeah, you could just run a splitter or a few of them for the whole room. Maybe get a few of them, split up different power strips. Exactly. I would hook it to a strip for lights only. Yeah, but like literally, I want one of those switches because I know they have them integrated into the actual switches to where you can just put a timer on right at the switch. But I can make that switch run its own circuit for the lighting on it, all on its own if I wanted to. So this is like a blank because the nice thing is my electrical panel's in there too. So this is going to be easy and it's a blank slate. And I want to do this as easy as possible. I'm going to have all that. You know what I mean? Maybe I could just do a circuit for the outlets running everything. And then I can do another circuit for just lighting. And if that's the case, I'm open to a lot more. But I think nowadays with technologies, there's easier ways to do this. I might not have to do all that. Yeah, lighting you only need small conductor roll is 14 gauge for 15 amps, 12 gauge for 20 amps, and then of course when you start getting up into your 10 gauge wires, you need your 14, 15, 20, and your 30 amp circuits. Yeah, so that's my idea. I want to set this up nice. I don't want to have to use power strips at all. The idea is to have outlets. I'll put up 4 gang boxes, one for each aquarium. So you got your lighting, you got your filters. Maybe you got 1 or 2 filters. You still have one extra plug for maybe you have a hang in the back you want to throw on there, or um, something else you might get as a review. I'll have one extra spare because I won't need heaters. I'm going to be heating the room. I took all the heaters out of my tanks now because the house regulates them fine. My garage is about 400, 450 square foot. When I heat and cool it, that's going to heat and cool the tanks. So I don't need any heaters. So if I did a 4 gang box for each aquarium, that's going to give you your lighting. If I'm using these lights here, and that's the other thing. If I add shop lights or do my own lighting thing out there, they'll have 2 extra plugs for the aquariums. So lots of ideas already rolling in my head. All right, Gabriel, see you, buddy. Hope you get feeling better. I would love to know a bit more about electricity so I can streamline all the power cords. Exactly. And right now, that's what I have. I got the old power strip mess under all my tanks or behind them. I had to label my cords so I know what was where. I can't wait till I can eliminate that mess. So my idea is just what I've been talking about. Put an outlet 4 gang for each box, for each aquarium, and then maybe put lighting on its own circuit. I can maybe get rid of these aquarium lights I have. But I do like the fluos because they're app driven. They're so programmable. You can do different things. I have turned off all blue lights on my aquariums. They do nothing but cause algae. So yeah, I can get the old cheap. Even if I kept these aquarium lights and I hung them from the ceiling, and I had all my outlets, or like a maybe like a separate outlet for them to where those were controlled by a timer switch or something. But I don't need to do that with them lights because they do that internally. Jay says I had 2 wall plugs put in and its own breaker put in my basement for my fish room. Yep, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have all that work done before the tanks even go in there. Says I have 3 times 15 receptacles, GFCI strips mounted on 3 sides of the fish room, each on its own circuit. Okay, very cool, Alicia. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about those real long strips. Janice, I was playing around with that. I was having algae issues. Um, at one point, my lights were on 15 hours a day. So that's too much. So I dropped it down to like 10 hours a day. That has made a big difference. But some of these aquariums I have knocked down to 8 hours a day. Like the tiger barb tank, you'll notice behind me it's dark right here because I was getting too much issues with algae, cyanobacteria, things like this. Because I was getting too many nutrients and such in the aquarium. Since I've knocked that tank down to 8 hours a day, that problem's pretty much going away. I have it sometimes in this Oscar tank. I got everything on timers. I learned the hard way. Don't keep strips on the floor under your tanks. Mount them vertical surfaces if you have a flood. Yeah, exactly. Very good tip, J Rock. Very good tip. Hey, Dean, appreciate you stopping and saying hello. Hello to you, sir. So all good things. Loving it. Enjoying the stream, talking with you, bouncing ideas off you. You guys giving me suggestions. Love it. Xanadu, good to see you. How are you? And that's what I need. Definitely need it. So if you guys are just dumbing around and you think of something that after having this conversation with me as a good idea, get a hold of me. Let me know. Maybe we could talk about Saturday. Most of you can get a hold of me on Discord, if not their messenger. And don't be afraid to give me some suggestions when I'm building my fish room to make it more efficient, make it more cost effective, because that's what it's going to be all about. I would love to do a water change system, but I just don't think it's feasible. Plus, that kind of takes away from the fun of it. I enjoy it. Um, I could even make it even simpler. Like I could run some PVC pipe down over the top of each tank, down to the bottom, and put like a screening on there. I could do that all PVC and pipe that through a hole in the water to outside. And outside, I could have an external pump sitting there that I can flip a switch. And when I flip it, all the tanks drain. Now, the problem with that is you're also going to have to add in some valving because I've got 125s, a 29. I got 55s, 75s, 20s, 10s. If I wanted to do all those, you can't exactly drain all of them at the same rate because you totally drain some of them out before the 125s have even got halfway. So there'd be valving involved there. It could happen, but it's just extra work and costs I don't really need. You're gonna run on top of the wall. You're gonna run on top of wall electric and the covers. Oh, they're gonna be surface mounted, J Rock. I'm gonna surface mount them. I've always kept my lights on for 8 hours. Cross my fingers. I've never had outage. It works for you. That's the thing, Janice, too. Every tank's different. I can leave this tank on for 15 hours a day and never have an issue. If I try that in this one, I got issues. You know, Tommy's full of suggestions. You can call me more often. I'll do it, Tommy. I'll definitely brainstorm you about some ideas off you. This thing's happening. The guy's coming like in the next week and a half, 2 weeks to start building a big shed so I can pull everything out of the garage. Once that garage is open and free, I have to clean it, get it heated and cooled, which that's going to be on site, and he's going to install that for me too. I'm going to get a pre-charged one. I could do a DIY unit, but I'm going to get it here. He can install it. He's throwing that in because of all the work I'm giving him. He's going to install it for free. Can't beat that. Once that garage is cleaned out, cleaned, and it's heated and cooled, it's time to move. It's time to go ahead and get the outlets going, the ideas for the lightings, and get it ready, and then I can move the tanks in. Dean says, I just threw away a 2 5-gallon buckets of frog bit. Posted it first, no one wanted a. That sucks. Sorry, Dean. Yeah, frog bit is a plant I've never kept. I know you're a thinker, Tommy. Here's a new name, Johnny. Appreciate you coming in. Hope you enjoy the show, Johnny. We talk about any and everything fish keeping here, and as you can see, we're talking about electrical and builds and fish rooms. So construction, we're all jack of trades here, a jack of all trades. But appreciate you stopping in. Good to see you. Always enjoy seeing new faces come in, meet new people, make new friends. Workshop strips work great for tanks. They don't look bad mounted behind the line of the sight behind the tanks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could do that, save myself a lot of time. Okay, but here's where here's where you run into trouble with those. You got these massive strips that you can plug like 30 things into. But the way my garage is designed, and you're going to see it because, like I said, I'm going to follow this along. We're going to make a video out of this. As you got different walls. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different walls in different areas. So it would be almost a waste because, like on one of those walls, say I could only get 2 125-gallon aquariums. How much stuff do I have to actually plug in, right? 2 canister filters, 2 lights. That's it. So you're looking at 4 things, and I got this huge strip going to waste. So at that point, it's really not feasible. I'm better off just installing 1 4-gang box in the middle of the tanks, and I can plug everything in there that I need. I was going to do a Mr. Cool, but they're overpriced, Tommy. because you're paying for the name. There's other units out there um, that you can get pre-charged and do DIYs that aren't near as much. Um, Now, are the warranties better for Mr. Cool over them? Yes, but you're talking about 1,200 to 15 to $1,800 opposed to 6 to 800. J Rock just added Frogwood to his tanks. Yeah, it's called a split unit. It does your heating and cooling in one unit. You have your wall unit mounted inside, and on the outside you have a unit out there, and then it's like pretty much a heat pump. It does both, so I can heat and cool the garage, and I have to because it gets too cold in the winter out there, and it gets way too freaking hot in the summer. I tried it once. I had a 75-gallon setup out there. It's on my channel. I put a video out on it. Temporarily, I had to put this one common pleco in there. Dude, that water was over 90 degrees. He was going to boil. Yeah, frog bit plants are great stuff, and frog bit's cool because it acts as like a barrier. It also, keeps light to a minimum. Grows like crazy. You buy it once, you never have to buy it again. Dean, I paid for mine, but someone would have been giving it away. Oh, frog bit, yeah. Next time, Dean, you're doing that, I don't know if you said you posted it. Did you post it on like Facebook Market site, or did you do like a YouTube post on it? Because you could have maybe mailed it to Jay. If not, next time, do a community post. Man. Well, fish peeps, I think we're at a hour 12. That's good enough for today. My throat's getting dry. I'm going to start coughing more. It was a great stream. I got to do a lot of things outside of chatting with you guys, which is the best part. I got to try out my new headset. I got to talk about all my updates in the fish room and some really cool news coming. So I'll probably go ahead and end it there. Look forward to my Saturday hour power stream. I think what I'll do, because we have a mix of people who would like tank maintenance streams and who don't. Any of the tank maintenance streams that I have done always perform very well. So maybe what I can do is maybe do all my big tanks real quick. Maybe I can do like the 3 125s, the 275s, and the 55s, and we'll stop. And then I'll sit down here and chat with you guys for the rest of it. And then after that, I'll be jumping over with Price Tag on his stream at 11 a.m. And we're going to chat over there. So I think that's how we'll play that. Dean, we said that. Dean says Northwest Ohio Aquarium website tried to share it with the hobbyists. Okay. Thanks for the great stream. See you Saturday. Thank you, Laura. Hope to see you Saturday for sure. I have a good night. Okay, very cool. Appreciate y'all. You guys are all legends. Love your support. But we'll go ahead and end it there. You guys are the best. We'll see you out in the field. I got some videos coming, content coming. And thanks for the stream and your time, Senate. No, thank you for your guys' time, Myers. Appreciate you. So I'm out. Have a good rest of your week. Be safe. See you out in the field. I'm going to end with this. Thank you.